Alpha Catering presents the dessert cooking challenge with Oliver and Ton. The challenge is to cook a dessert they never made before in under 15 minutes. Oliver chooses
pineapple coconut rice pudding.
Ton chooses
Thai mango and sticky rice.
Let's cook.
Let's go!
Let's do it. I'ma master your chefing skills up.
Do what you need to, bro. Do what you need to. I've cooked rice about 6 times before in my life, so I've got this pretty much mastered. Teach me how to use a rice cooker, I'll be good, bro.
Man will show you how it's done. And man
show me how to use a rice cooker.
Yeah, man, love, bro, love. This is me all over, man.
Can't get us fighting, you know, bro. Can't get us fighting, you know.
You rice coconut puddings. My mum wouldn't even eat it.
I've eaten your food before, it's delicious.
Oh, I love it, man. How would you come back with that? Bro, why'd you come back with that? The battle begins. First we have mango, right? And we got honey instead of sugar. Sticky rice, coconut milk, coconut flake, roasted sesame seeds, and cornstarch. Right, so I'm going to start with the sticky rice. First and foremost. First I'm going to put the rice in. I'm going to give it a couple, 3 to 4 rinse to make it clear. And you can add the honey for the sweetness. I've technical issues, the fuse went, but we'll make it work. Running a bit late on time now. I think I've gone over the 15 minutes. That's what I was aiming for. Getting the steam.
How do you know the sauce is ready?
I don't. You don't want to see any clump of the cornstarch. You're gonna make sure all blends in, and I think that feels ready. We can start mixing in. So just put half of the sauce into the sticky rice, just to keep half for dressing at the end. Mix it in, all nice. Make sure every single grain, get all that sauce in. That's about done. Then we can move on to the mango now, and that should be the final piece of the puzzle, and I think we can put it all together. Start to peel the mango. For the presentation, I'm just going to put half and just make it into slices so it's a bit easier to eat. Great. I think it's ready to plate. Better like that. Chicken, the mango, and just finish in touches. I hope you all like this. Now it's time for taste, the best part.
Oh, that's a pretty good mango. Yeah. Who picked that?
It was me, yeah. I picked that.
Alright, you did a pretty good job at picking that. I love that rice, you know.
Yeah.
Perfectly sticky.
Yeah, I think that coconut flakes at the end just add a bit more to the flavour.
Yeah.
And a little, that tiny crunch that you get.
And I can have another bite of that, please.
Yeah, Bob. As much as you want, brother. So how long did that take me? I don't think I timed myself. 14 minutes?
Took you about 23 minutes. And you know, the flavour wins it.
I'm in.
The flavour wins for me.
Fashionably late.
Fashionably late. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see how Oliver turns out as well.
Guys, so the first step that we need to do, obviously, clean the rice. I've done this already a few times. It's still a little bit murky. Again, too long for me. So 5 times cleaning this rice is good enough for me. There's a little bit of murkiness in there, but don't worry about that. You can still get it cooking. Just going to use some a day-old cooked rice. We've got some white chocolate protein yogurt as well here, just to incorporate into everything. This is the rice that we've used as well, which is obviously just risotto rice. We've got some coconut milk as well, some honey, and then we've got some coconut shards, and then so that's going to be incorporated in as well. We'll use that as a bit of decoration at the end of the dish. Some vanilla extract just to give it a little bit of flavour as well. So thanks to a bit of TV magic, guys. That was done in about 5 seconds. So we've got our nice clean cooked rice here now. We've got a nice fresh pineapple here. Just need to give this a little bit of a cut. We're going to use a little bit of it just to incorporate everything into the actual rice mixture itself. Then, as I said, save a little bit for garnish, all right? Perfect. So just top and tail it, just to begin with. All that we need to do, obviously just chop off each side. We just skinned it each side now, and then you can just cut down each side, just so you've got a nice big bit that you can actually work with, all right? Nice and easy. You've got a little bit left over on each side, but no problem.
Wait, which bit goes to compost?
The central bit.
Is that no good?
No, you can't use this bit. I mean, unless you've got some kind of mental health illness where you actually eat the centre bit.
I always eat the centre bit.
Well, absolutely fine. We obviously need to have a conversation after filming finishes then. Realistically, don't eat this little bit, yeah? Amazing. Apparently loads of people like to eat this part. I mean, not me, personally, and none of the mentally stable people I've ever met in my life or any of the chefs ever eat this bit, but obviously, some of the people here today. So guys, we're on the rice part now. Obviously, just get your pan on a little bit. Once it starts to stick a little bit at the bottom there, that's amazing. You know your pan's hot enough then. So all that you need to do, mix in your coconut milk here, just to get everything nice and diluted, and incorporate everything in here as well. So we just mix everything up here now, get everything mixed in nice and perfect. And as I said, this is day old, so you might have a few little lumps there, but that's the whole point in cooking this off now, just to begin with. Turn it up if you think it just needs turning up, but remember, you don't want this to get to a boil. You just want a nice little simmer, guys, all right? And then after you've left this for a couple of minutes, then we're going to start incorporating everything else. Slowly starting to come to a gentle simmer now. As I said, you don't want to rush it because then it's going to boil, then you're going to get the outside being soft and the inside still being a little bit cold, still a little bit hard if you are cooking from fresh rice. As I said, this is day old rice, so it makes life a little bit more easier for us.
Thank you, Jamie Oliver.
No problem, mate, no problem, mate. Jamie Oliver, it's absolutely fine. I mean, I'm just half of that, I'm just Oliver. So just wait for this, obviously. This is the longest step. So now we'll start incorporating the white chocolate protein yogurt here. So obviously we need to make it a little bit healthier. Can't be eating baklava every day, can we, people? So we'll just get all this incorporated, because if we don't get all of this in, it's going to be a little bit too sticky. And then just
make it thinner.
A couple of, what, with the actual honey itself?
Yeah.
No, it's just going to make it delicious. We're just going to put a few drops of vanilla extract in now, not too much. That should be about right. Amazing, guys. So again, we'll just give this a bit of a stir.
Are you sure you've never done this before?
I've never done this before, mate. I'm just an excellent cook, and I had a lot of home dates during lockdown, you know what I mean? But everything's already prepped here now. So obviously you've got your full pineapple here, we're nice and prepped it. It took us literally 2 seconds to do that. So all that we need to do, as I said, just get one side of it, chop this up, nice and fine.
What do you reckon of the knife? Is it cutting well, yeah?
Oh, it's cutting like butter through hot chocolate, mate.
That's because I made it.
Yeah, mate, I saw you forge it. You can probably just get away with around about putting half in there, and then we can save the other half. We don't get everything right first time, but you can still just improvise. That's the whole point of cooking, people. Just improvise, adapt, overcome. Freelance guy, so if anyone wants to hire me for anything, obviously I'll be more than happy to do that for you guys.
Where are you from, Ollie?
Me? I'm from 0151, Rammy on the map, on Manchester. Okay guys, so the last little thing that we need to do, we just need to add some coconut shards to this. We need about 3.5 grams for this. The last little bit is just for garnish now as well. Obviously you could do tiny little bits and then sprinkle it on top, but we don't really like that. We like extravagance, don't we? Slice that up again, guys. And then guys, so we just slice that straight down. So you've got a few different fingers there for you to use, perfect. And then basically they're just gonna be garnishes. So you can almost use those to get up some of that rice pudding. Just go around the outside, keep them going along the bottom as well, because you don't want that skin to start forming on the bottom there. So just make sure every 30 seconds or so you're giving this a really vigorous stir all the way around, just to get off anything that could be sticking to the bottom, all right? Because remember, we've got honey in there and that's a glucose, so that will naturally stick to the bottom of the pan. The last thing that we need to do, obviously we just need to plate everything up, all right? So this is enough for 5 people, realistically. I'm just gonna put a couple of ladles here. So far, this is taking me around about 3.5 minutes from start to finish.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure, mate, yeah, I'm pretty sure. That looks pretty all right to me now, guys. Nice little consistency that we've got there as well. Give that a little bit of a stir, making sure everything's looking all right. Perfect consistency there, guys, eh? Obviously, stick your fingers in there if you want to stick them in there, guys. But sometimes, things bite back. It could be a little bit spicy there as well, guys, sometimes, but it's going to be fine, eh? Amazing. But guys, that's me anyway. All done. We'll finish off. Just a little sprinkling.
It's like a porridge sort of texture to it,
exactly.
so I understand.
Rice pudding.
I'm not judging until I taste it.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Was it meant to have a bit of bitterness to it?
I don't know where that bitterness has come from, mate. It's
Mate,
probably,
the
it's probably just
pineapple.
from my personality the bitterness just came from. So I do apologise about that.
You want to have a taste yourself?
Oh, thank you so much, mate. Delicious. There could be what is perceived as an undertone of bitterness, which is potentially from the protein being overcooked in the protein yogurt. That's potentially what it is. I mean, nothing's split, but it still tastes very
I think
nice
it's
to me.
still delicious. I'd still eat the whole bowl, to be fair. Son, do you want to taste some of this?
It smells very good. I actually like it. It's quite nice.
Oh, thank you so much,
Just
guys.
a little bit behind mine, I think.
Well, it's obviously open for interpretation, isn't it, guys? It's open for interpretation, but I won't double dip.
Yeah, we have different taste buds though.
Right.
But I think it's still delicious.
Last bite for me, but
All right.
Floor's hungry as well.
let's just say today has been completely disastrous.
Yeah.
From start to finish.
Everything that was going to go right has gone wrong. Thank you lot for doing your best, partaking and accepting the challenge. It's on you lot to vote and choose who your winner is, but they both messed up with the time. They weren't like 40 minutes through. But it wasn't their fault. I don't think it was their fault. The electric went, we had to change a few fuses.
Obviously, we had a 15-minute time frame there, but I think unfortunately I went over there a little bit, but I've never received any complaints about going over my time period there before, so it's a first for me.
And yourself? Happy with the
Yeah,
outcome?
it's been actually a long day, but it's been really fun. Informative as well as my contestant there did a really good job right there.
Thanks to our crew member, the valuable crew